I was born in a Muslim family. We're the Shia Muslims. My parents greatly encouraged my brothers and I to study Islam, learn about Islam. I became very impassioned about Islam. If you were a non-Muslim, you got to hear about Islam from me. I actually minored in comparative religions in college, and I began to study various world systems, especially Christianity. Mostly because I wanted to find out all the things I could find out from all the liberal scholars I could find out to prove it false. That was my goal. But as I began to read the Bible, I came across a passage in Luke 3. Think not to say to yourselves, you have Abraham as your father. Abraham was telling them, your lineage will not save you. Truth saves you. I began to read my Quran a little differently too. And I came across a verse that I had read 50 times before that. In the Quran, it's found in the 5th chapter, verse 47, when it says, let the people of the gospel judge by what Allah hath revealed therein. The verbs are all present tense in Arabic. God is telling the people of the gospel to judge by what God has revealed in the gospel. How can they do that if that book is corrupt? I have a problem. I had built up an identity as someone who was a defender of Islam. I'm faced with this possible identity suicide. It took about 9 years. I tried to make this book and this book say the same thing. One day I was in the study, and literally I was surrounded by the evidence. On the left side were all my books that were pro-Islam. On this side were all my books that were pro-Christianity. I found the evidence for Christianity, specifically the resurrection of Jesus, just compelling.
But the will and the heart was...
Yeah, I couldn't get it to go 17 inches south. Why won't I trust Jesus? And then the answer walked by the door. My father looked at me and he smiled because he was so happy I was studying to be a good Muslim. How can I break his heart? He literally laid his life on the line for the economic well-being of my family. How can you actually turn your back on years of tradition and a family who sacrificed for you? Someone else sacrificed infinitely more than anyone else in your family ever did. When I realized that, I laid down my burden and God made me a son from a stone.
Hallelujah.